We do not know what it's about, but let me tell you guys, it'll become a way of life.
Robert Kiyosaki. Hello. This is Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Radio Show, and today we have a very exciting program for you. We're going to go deeper into a subject versus being superficial. In my opinion, the most important investment today are gold, silver, and Bitcoin, or the crypto market.
Gold, silver, and Bitcoin, or the crypto market.
So you're probably wondering, Olive, how many cryptocurrencies are there? There are over 2,000 cryptocurrencies. Obviously, the main one, or rather the one I believe you all know, is Bitcoin. The iPhones of cryptocurrency. You see, like, the way there is fiat currency, which is traditional currencies, and if someone asks you what are the examples, would be Kenyan shilling, South African rand, Malawian kwacha, the Nigerian naira, like, you know, all those currencies. So now for cryptocurrency, there are many of them. Bitcoin, it's the most popular one. There is Ethereum, it's like the small brother under Bitcoin. There is Ripple, there is Litecoin, there is Dash, Doge, as in Zcash, Bitcoin Cash. There are many, very many of them. Coinmarket.com. This is the best site for you to know updated news in the cryptocurrency world. If you come up here, you'll see they're saying that the cryptocurrency total at the moment is now 5,415. The markets 21,740. These are different markets that are trading Bitcoin. The market cap is basically the total value of all the 5,000 cryptocurrencies. The market cap basically tells you one thing, the value of all the cryptocurrencies that are being traded. Two, it also shows you the demand for that particular cryptocurrency. It shows you that, like, if you see a market cap that is high, it gives you an idea that there are large volumes of transactions happening or participating with that particular cryptocurrency. However, right now, I have seen it just hit 300 billion. If you look at this map, you can see that in 2018, the cryptocurrency market cap was on 750 billion. This is the time the cryptocurrency was booming. It had the best. Then it literally shot down to as low as, oh my god, I think 100 billion. But now, as you can see in 2020, it's trying to pick up the pace. How to know the cryptocurrencies to invest in. Okay, so if you see here, it's showing us the top 100 cryptocurrencies, and I can go down and down and down and down and down. Like, you guys, there are many. There are really many. And the first one obviously is Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a market cap of 163 billion, which is obviously the top because it has been in existence longest. This is the current price of a Bitcoin, 890k Kenya shillings. The volume in 24 hours. Then this is the circulating supply. So the total supply of Bitcoins is 21 million, but the circulating, the ones that have already been extracted and now that are being traded up between us, it's 18 million Bitcoins. And you can see in the last 24 hours, there has been a 0.17% growth. So these are the top 10. These are the Bitcoins you should look out for if you plan to invest in. Guys, there is Ethereum, there is XRP, there is Tether, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, Litecoin, Binance Coin, EOS, and Tesos. So these top 10 are viable for you to invest in, and then look at the market cap of each of them and you'll have an idea of what you can easily work on. And the prices are different. There are some that are literally like zero bobbish, which is XRP. There's one that's $1, which is Tether. There are some that are already on 256. So depending on where you fit in this price range, you can invest in any of the cryptocurrencies. As well, guys, please note that you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. I'll show you guys in the next video how you can buy a decimal of a Bitcoin. So Bitcoin was apparently created by an anonymous Japanese guy known as Satoshi Nakamoto. It was adopted in a kind of an illegal way. So there was this website known as Silk Road which adopted the Bitcoin. It's like a legal Amazon or eBay, an online black market. People adopted Bitcoin on this platform. Why? It was very anonymous. No one would know who you are. You could send money across the world. So if someone was buying stolen goods, they could pay you from anywhere in the world. So it fits so many things that criminals appreciated. Bitcoin proved to work. So it was a positive because it proved the concept that it actually worked. However, obviously it was illegal, so the government tried to shut it down in 2013. I don't
think it's shut down, guys. I think it's still there, but
they amassed a lot of bitcoins from that operation.
Silk Road was a dark web black market. It used to sell fake passports, illegal narcotics, hacking software, and dangerous chemicals, but it was shut down in 2013. So after the site was shut down, the FBI seized bitcoins and through illegal transactions that were worth $48 million. The US Department claimed the proceeds from the sale of 144,336 bitcoins valued at just over $48 million. This, I think, was around 2013 when they shut it down. So yeah, and it was founded by a guy known as Ross Ulbricht, and his name on the platform was Dread Pirate Roberts, and he was 26 years old at the time.
It was created in 2009, and in 2011, one Bitcoin was now going for $1. Imagine, guys, 100 bob. In 2017, December, the Bitcoin had the most amazing time of its life because one Bitcoin became $20,000. That actually is the only time that Bitcoin has ever gone that high. It had never reached those heights ever, but it did. So you can imagine someone who bought 10 coins for like 1,000 bob, and then those 10 coins at $20,000.
Price history of Bitcoin over the years from the time of inception. So down here they have marvelously been able to note down for us. And when it was launched, the first time it was launched in January, it was basically worth nothing. By end of October, or rather end of 2010, it was worth $0.1. In February, April, that's when it hit $1, like finally. However, we can see a very notable change in 2013, and you can see by the end of 2013, it was pretty much between $600 to $1,000 for one Bitcoin. 2015, this is actually the time I remember hearing about Bitcoin from my partner, but we were fresh in university campus and we didn't even know what it was about. And I remember the time I knew about it, this is where it was, the price was at $200 to $300, and we were wondering where we were going to get this money to buy it because we wanted to buy it. Unfortunately, we didn't buy it. Sad. It was such a poor move. We should have bought one. Anyway, end of 2016, the price again is fluctuating and it's now on 600 and 780. 2017, the Bitcoin really had a good year. And as you can see, it started at $800, but at the end of 2017, the price actually reached 19,736. And this is the new all-time high. 1 year later, the price went so low to $3,300 for a Bitcoin. And honestly speaking, I feel like, again, the best time to buy was in 2018 because the current price of the Bitcoin is $8,677 at the moment.
You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy the decimal fraction of a Bitcoin, which is like 0.00 something. When Bitcoin performs well, the coins also perform well. Research or doing your due diligence, you'll see that there's some coins that will be doing so much better, like the way Bitcoin did in literally just 6 years. Different cryptocurrencies do different things. Like Bitcoin and Ethereum are mostly for consumer to consumer, but then if you look at RP, is the cryptocurrency under a company known as Ripple, which be used for financial transactions like by Western Union and all these other companies. Dash is a coin that is used by PayPal. Actually, one Dash right now is like 8,000 Kenya shillings. So that's also a coin you can see the future for, because as long as PayPal exists, Dash will be used. The internet came, then they started doing online banking. Companies have realized that they should also jump on the blockchain technology. Different coins have different uses. Not all of them are just for buying goods and services.
To Ethereum. So Ethereum is a built-in program language lets developers write computer programs called smart contracts. So you see now the way Bitcoin, there is no third party when you're sending money to somebody else. But now with Ethereum, it will not just be money, it will be many other items. Repo, its strength, or rather what it's known for, is going to be a bridge currencies used by financial institutions to settle cross-border payments faster and more cheaply than they do now. All the platforms that transfer money, think about Western Union, Bitcoin Cash. This one basically is going to be used for handling larger transaction volumes as compared to Bitcoin. Litecoin is actually nearly a clone of Bitcoin, but with a few alterations. However, Litecoin is pretty much like Bitcoin in terms of it's going to be just for sending money between consumers. Neo is a smart contract platform with similar goals to Ethereum, which is actually the goal, like not just money. And I want to briefly show you that in this website that really explains it so well. Ethereum and Neo are examples of altcoins. They are super different from Bitcoin. You know that Bitcoin is used as a digital currency, right? Well, Ethereum and Neo were not designed to be used as a digital currency, which is true. They were designed as huge platforms for building apps on the blockchain. And the apps will be known as dApps, or rather D-apps, decentralized apps. A smart contract is basically you can automatically execute transaction when certain things happen. So, like I said, if Oli pays her loan every time on the 3rd of the month, please reduce her interest. So someone doesn't have to manually go there. The app, or rather the smart contract on the app itself will do that for you. So it's going to be like an automated system, and I feel like this is the future, honestly. Other than Repo, Ethereum and Neo are looking beyond. And they've even said here, because of smart contracts, no third party is needed. Bitcoin means there is no third party in direct payments, but smart contracts mean there is no third party in a lot of things. So are you guys seeing the future? Where do these cryptocurrencies come from? This is digital money, and what is done is something known as mining. So mining is solving complex smart solutions on the internet. Companies have very huge, large supercomputers with like coolers just mining on the internet, solving solutions. A long time ago, in the early 2011, 2012, you could actually mine your own coins, and people did. However, right now, oh my god, it's gonna be so hard for you to mine because most of the easy solutions, Bitcoin is 21 million and 16 million have already been mined, guys. So you can imagine for you to mine the rest, the solutions are hard. Capacity, electricity, a lot of electricity, a lot of internet use, a lot of computers, cooling, and all these things. But that is how the cryptocurrencies are birthed. This picture explaining to you what mining is. Like I said, mining is basically solving mathematical based solutions on the blockchain technology, and I'll give you an example using the picture as you guys can see. So this is Beyonce and this is Jennifer. The task is Beyonce wants to share 10 bitcoins with Jennifer. So what happens in the blockchain technology, once you go to, for example, your wallet and you want to transfer maybe your 10 bitcoins from your wallet to Jennifer's wallet, that transaction has to be added onto a ledger, and that ledger is the database, and that database is blockchain. So who does this? It's miners. So miners basically compete to validate your transaction using proof of work, and the proof of work is basically them trying to solve your solution or your transaction. Then the miner who solves the puzzle first shares his result across the other nodes. So basically now your transaction is mid-air, and when you guys are sending your Bitcoin, you realize that there is a fee for you to send your Bitcoin, and there's like standard fee, there's a lower fee, and they're all different amounts of money. So if you wanted to like take longer to get to Jennifer, there's a small fee you're going to pay, but if you wanted to get to Jennifer faster, you're going to pay a bigger amount. So the miners will rush and be like, oh my gosh, Beyonce wants to send her bitcoins, and they'll start mining. And basically mining is now solving the mathematical puzzle of that transaction, adding that puzzle to the ledger, and the first person who does it tells everyone else in the decentralized network of blockchain that, hi, I've solved it, guys, have a look. They all have a look, and if they grant the approval, here, if the maximum nodes grant the approval, the block becomes valid and is now added to the blockchain. As I said, there's a different amount you send. So for example, if you chose the higher amount, the miners will be like, this is a priority to them, so they'll mine it, basically fulfill your transaction, and simultaneously there will be the miner who solved the puzzle gets a reward, and the reward is pretty much the transaction fee of the said amount you sent, and that is obviously going to come out from what you're going to send. Then they'll be given a cut from it. And now the bitcoins, which is 10 bitcoins associated with the transaction, is received by Jennifer. I don't know why they wrote Elsa, but Jennifer. So that is how basically mining works. Just because it's a peer-to-peer transfer, you have to ask yourself, who is at the back end trying to put this information in the ledger, trying to update the blockchain database? It is miners. Transactions are verified by miners and permanently and anonymously stored on the network, like I said. And this Bitcoin software is open source, meaning anyone can review the code. There are two types of creating cryptocurrency. One is proof of work and the other is proof of stake. So proof of work is the one that has been in existence longest. This is how Bitcoin and Ethereum are found, and like we said, it is a requirement to define an expensive computer calculation, also known as mining. A reward is given to the first miner who solves each block's problem, and network miners compete to be the first to find a solution for the mathematical problem. This is where most of the old cryptocurrencies come from. These are Bitcoin, Ethereum. However, due to the growth of this industry, proof of work has proved to be work. Like, it is expensive, you need softwares, you need electricity, and I've already mentioned it below. So now new cryptocurrency are coming out with a new way known as proof of stake. So proof of stake basically is proof that you have money. So the creator of a new block is chosen in a deterministic way depending on its wealth, also defined as stake. So the POS system, there is no block reward, so the miners just take the transaction fees. In this case, the reward is dependent on the block that you do, and you're paid in bitcoins, but here they're paid in the transaction fees that were used. Proof of stake currencies can be several thousand times more cost effective. This website explains it in a nice way. So in proof of stake, proving ownership with tokens and investing in the network itself proves that you have a vested interest in its success. So in this case, for miners or other people who do proof of work, you have to put your softwares into work. But in this case, it is the owner, it's how much you've invested in, for example, that particular coin. So you have to put in some money. The more tokens that you have invested in the network, the more that you will profit from it. So instead of making your profit by mining and then receiving a reward once you solve a block, which is now mining, you receive your profit only through transaction fees, which are allocated based on the amount of tokens you hold. So if you want to help them in fulfilling transactions of people in the Neo network, it'll be consistent with the amount you've held in. It's like your shares. Your tokens will be like your shares. So the more tokens maybe you buy with your money, the more the network proves you or deems you to be sufficient. So in case you fulfill a transaction, they'll pay you dependent on how much you have invested in the company. So basically, instead of having more computing power than someone else and solving more puzzles, as in proof of work, like putting in the hours, you are proving that you hold more tokens than someone else, and you should be trusted to process the transactions on the network. And they give a very good example is, imagine someone who has $1 to their name and someone who has $1 million sitting in the bank. Who has more proof that they are more knowledgeable than the other? Obviously the person with $1 million would look that they have more proof. So it's a similar concept with proof of stake. The miners are now just transaction processors. right? Instead of them trying to solve a block, they are basically trying to process that transaction. And now the ones who have the most tokens are considered more trusted. And then but in this case, they are not known as miners, they're known as master nodes.
Okay. But y'all just look at me like, girl, what are you even saying? In case you have questions, in case you're still confused, in case you didn't understand something, please comment down below and I'm going to reply with the best answers possible. And smash the like button if you liked this series as we talk about cryptocurrency and what to invest in. Definitely smash the like button, and also don't forget to push the notification bell. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. So yeah, bye guys, see you on the next one.